We're 6 games into the ball era. We're not only going to talk about Lamelo and Lonzo this video, we're going to talk about their team dynamics because the fans are like,
both sides want to win.
We won! We lost! We won!
And a lot of fans want LaMelo Ball to walk into the front office and say,
maybe I should start.
There's a lot to get into this video, but let's start with some highlights. Hey, good pump fake. Ooh. I thought Ben Simmons was gonna swat at it, but LaMelo got the oopsie scoop. Come on, B.I. Pass it out. Extra pass. That's what's up, Zoe. Assist, count it. Yeah, LaMelo used those screens. Fearless right against Joel Embiid. Takes him hard to go right in his grill and just make that. Hey. Zion busting through like a tank. Come on. Bang. Hey, LaMelo snatched that thing back. Cash. Oh, he's down there on the receiving end this time. Call that foul. He's waiting on the play to develop. Look at Terry. He's coming around. Let's go. Cash. He caught fire. Bang. That's what's up, Zoe. Ooh, you see the way he caught that and threw that? Let's go. Where's that court vision, Zoe? You see him. Knock it down. Pass it. Oh, yeah, they had to run out. Ooh. Moving without the ball. Stop. Pop. Yes, sir. Cash.
Give him 14. That's one below his average. Glad I don't have to cover him.
Give me that, boy.
Huge one, but they led, and then the PELS outscored them 63-42 in the second half.
Get that out of here. Come on, Van Fleet. Not tall enough. Good swoop pass. Ooh. Hey, Terry, I got to get your props on that. Okay, Lonzo using that Steven Adams screen. It's a lot of space after that. Cash. Okay, here's that play they always run. Terry on a double screen, swoop around. Off the glass. I don't know how he made that. At one point, he was just blazing. Oh, boom. I think they've been guarding against that this year. We barely see that Zion Zoe. There we go. Cash. Clutch. Very clutch from Bledsoe. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. LaMelo Ball, 13 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 for 12 on shooting, 33% field goal, 1 for 4 on 3-pointers, 2 blocks, and 4 steals. Free throws, 66%, 4 out of 6. Lonzo Ball, 13 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 for 14, 35% from field goal range, 3 for 8 on 3-pointers, 37.5%, no free throws again, and 2 blocks. Okay, Lonzo played 35 minutes and LaMelo played 30. Now let's dive deeper. The Hornets lost and Terry Rozier did great. 35 points, 12 for 18 shooting, 66.7% from field goal range. That is awesome. 7 for 11 from 3-point range. Terry Rozier, you definitely need to stay in the starting lineup. Gordon Hayward, 20 points, 7 for 15, 50% from 3-point range. Now we got to talk about Devontae Graham, the starting point guard, 5 points, 1 for 10 of the night. Miles Bridges, he played 24 minutes, got 8 points. There is no way, to me, that Graham should play more minutes than Bridges. Elephant in the room is LaMelo Ball should be taking somebody's spot. It's not Terry Rozier. He can remain the shooting guard because he's more consistent. So Graham, in my opinion, you need to be the spark off the bench. Nothing against you. No harm. Just LaMelo Ball should start. Because even though we look at his percentages, we can look at LaMelo Ball's percentages and say, yes, he was trash from the 3-point line and He just disappeared in the second half. We have to know that momentum is a real thing. And once you lose it, it's hard to get it back. Now, every time Lamelo comes in the game, it's a spark. Now, just imagine if we start the game that way. We can see that he's an elite level guard. He's not just an average rookie. And that's my opinion from what I'm watching and what I'm seeing. He gets in and he gets at it. Then he gets pulled out, gets sat for a while, then gets back in. And he always seems just not as hot when you bring him back in after sitting him. So, therefore, what should we do? Play him more minutes. I don't think it's that much rocket science. But of course, I'm going to have people in the comment section that say, that's dumb. Leave him on the bench. Look, if you're a Hornets fan, you don't want to start the season out losing. You have to jump ahead right away. It's hard to climb your way back. And if you cannot see the writing on the wall, starting 2 guards at 6'1" is going to be a difficult thing. And I don't think that Devontae Graham sucks. I think he's a good player. I just think that he would be good off the bench. And I think it'd be better for the team. It's about the team getting to the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, starting the 2 guards at 6'1", it is going to be hard to compete against some of these teams. On another note, I also noticed that I don't think Gordon Hayward and LaMelo Ball have great chemistry. Of course, it's early, so they got to build that. But I think that is a must for this team to succeed. Gordon Hayward seems like in his own planet when he gets the ball. Not that he doesn't pass, but I do not feel the team chemistry with Gordon Hayward. So hopefully they can bond throughout this season in the practices, the short practices they have since their schedule's so condensed. But that it can get done because they're going to need to be connected. They'll also need a big man who's a true big man to be in the game, because when they were trying to guard Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they just looked like a junior high school team going against a college team at some points as far as the height goes. And there's other teams like that in the league with huge bigs, and you don't want to just look on the calendar and say, oh, look, they got all these tall people. You can count that as an L on our schedule. And even though the players have to go out there and play, the coaches have a lot to do with winning and losing, rotations, plays they call on timeouts, all those kind of things. And what the coach really needs to do is set the tone of the team. Every team should know who their first, second, and third option is. Right now, I don't think it's clear with the Charlotte Hornets. You got Graham, you got Terry Rozier, you got Gordon Hayward. Are those the 1, 2, and 3? I think LaMelo should be the number 2 option right now after Terry Rozier. And if the coaching staff believes that, the only way they can show the team that is by minutes. See, you'll confuse everyone if you really wanted LaMelo Ball to get a lot of points, but you bring him in off the bench and you sit him down when he's getting hot. It just confuses the players. Like, who should we be going to? And players have to figure it out in the locker room on their own, but the coaching does have a part to play. When you dish the minutes out, it sets a tone for everybody. So if you want LaMelo Ball to be the main one making the decisions and you want Terry Rozier to be the scorer, you got to do the minutes accordingly. You got to play them side by side. You got to run them in the pick and roll. LaMelo had a great first half and not so well the second half, but I'm overall impressed and I have a good feeling about the season going forward. I'm more so not impressed with the coaching and the rotations. I think going forward, if they want to start winning right away, change the culture, change the narrative, they're going to have to implement LaMelo Ball into that starting lineup. Now on to Lonzo Ball and the Pelicans. The Pelicans got the W, which is the most important thing of all. They want to get a playoff spot in the West, and they just beat the Raptors in every game they're going to play them this season. They swept them. They got that in the books. But there are harder challenges to come, especially being in their conference. And Lonzo Ball, so far, we got to admit, he's shown a little bit of inconsistency. So you got 2 games where you're decent, 1 game when you're not. Your percentage is good on this day, it's not on that day. I know it's early, 6 games in, but this is all we got. So this is what we're going to go on. And as far as Lonzo's role in the team. We see it switch up throughout the game. Stan Van Gundy, he hasn't totally been given the chance to show us what the complete identity of the team is. And I think he's still messing around with rotations and plays and schemes and just the way the team fits. And at the same time winning games, so we can't complain about that. But we can talk about Lonzo and Zion. Last season, we were seeing 3 alley-oops in a game. So I know the scouting report has been on them with that, but I don't think that Stan Van Gundy has put enough emphasis on making sure that Zion can do, the correct back cuts to get those lobs. And I do feel the game is not fast enough at times where Lonzo and Zion actually have the advantage. And while Lonzo is contributing, he's not the main contributing factor. Bledsoe is definitely coming in showing why he is a starter. Zion, of course, we knew he should have been the Rookie of the Year last year if he had not been hurt. And Brandon Ingram continues where he left off. So the only way that Lonzo can stand out in the midst of this starting 5 is to take more shots in the paint. Take control of the game. When you're standing at the top of the key, you call for a screen. And when Steven Adams pops up, you roll around that thing with fury. You're going to take that jump shot or you're going to take it to the rack. He's got to show his team he needs some elbow space. He needs some room. He's got to show Stan Van Gundy that he is going to step up to the challenge. He's got to be vocal with Zion, telling him, run, I'll find you. He's got to wave people off at times. He's got to continue to be aggressive the same way that Brandon Ingram is at times. And it's justified. He's feeling it. He knows he has a green light. Go ahead. Stan Van Gundy has given Lonzo the green light right now. So while you still have it, use it. Take full advantage. This is not the Lakers where he had Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, and he was kind of too quiet. Lonzo's more out of his shell. He's around people he knows. It's time for him to go ham. Steven Adams is a great addition to the Pelicans. I mean, the guy can score. He can set screens. He can catch passes. He can rebound. He can block. Great addition. And another thing, Lonzo. We need Lonzo to start dunking again. We need him to use those UCLA hops to run in there on rampage mode and just collapse these boys. Put some fear in their hearts. Because really, the Pelicans are a playoff team. As far as these 6 games go, right now, the deciding factor would be Lonzo. If Lonzo gets consistent, if Lonzo gets his points and his assists, and he puts his handprint on the game, they're going to the playoffs. They have everything they need. So it's on Lonzo's shoulders. Even though he's not the top guy there, he is the glue that will put it all together. This was my 6-game assessment into the Ball era, Pelicans and Hornets. You tell me what you think in the comment section. I would love if this was a 3-part video with my boy LeAngelo. But I got my ear to the streets. I'm listening. I'm waiting. I'm watching like the rest of you guys. I will keep you updated. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Ball facts again. Peace.